I'd buy that for $1.
Let them fight.
This is Jim Prendy 5'4", Dollar Club Wrestling. And I want to tell you one of my favorite moments of all time in wrestling. And it's no flippin' shit. It was from a real man, a real wrestler. Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's when he drove the beer truck out and gave Vince and company a beer shower. Speaking of showers, I heard Sexy Time Kevin Panetta loved the golden ones.
So, Jim Prendy 54, since you did the proper thing, you acknowledge Bond. Of course the Stone Cold beer bath was awesome. It's one of the greatest moments in wrestling history. But if you looked at me, I look in the mirror every day. And I see integrity, I see intelligence, and I don't remember what the third eye was. But I still know it was ingenious. Kurt Angle's milk truck was 100 times better than Stone Cold. A man with integrity like myself, of course he likes Kurt Angle's milk truck, milk bath. So much better than Stone Cold's beer bath. Milk does a body good.
Sexy Time, you want acknowledgement? I'll give you some acknowledgement. You jackass. It's intensity. Come on, man. You don't believe it yourself. And milk. Come on. What are you, a baby? Milk only does a body good if you're sucking it from your mama's titty. Be a man. Drink a beer.
Jim Prendy, don't you worry about all the titties I sucked in my lifetime. If I had a milk carton for every titty I sucked, there wouldn't be a shortage of milk, I'll tell you that. Did that make sense? I don't even know. If it did, acknowledge me again. So I know I just got you starting to watch AEW, and you never watched NXT, so you probably don't appreciate the greatness of Adam Cole. To me, Adam Cole was like this generation's Shawn Michaels. He was great in the ring, great promo, everything he did, he touched was gold. And AEW, it's just not the same right now. He looks smaller because everybody else is small. When everyone's small, it just makes the whole roster look tiny. Like Darby Allin should be your like go-to little guy over there. And maybe just Adam Cole. They have way too many small guys. But I think Adam Cole still can get over there. Especially with the Undisputed Era joining him. As long as you keep him off the mic and let Adam Cole do all the talking. Have them feud with the Young Bucks and whoop their candy asses. Just like I would whoop your candy ass rock hard. If you ever bring up me sucking tits again. This is a PG show. Jabroni.
Panetta, Sexy Time, you can take your milk cartons and shove them up your ass. Because that's what I think about your opinion of Adam Cole. I represent a casual fan. And to a casual fan, Adam Cole is not believable. I'll admit, he has a good entrance, a good promo, good wrestler. But his look is just not believable. Someone needs to show him where the weight room is. That way.
Wouldn't be believable if I came here and smacked you in your candy ass. So I had at Jim Prendy 54 watch Dynamite for the first time, and I asked him his thoughts. So for those of you who don't know, Taz's son, his name is Hook, actually wrestles there too. I thought he was awesome. He's very good, like Greco-Roman style wrestler. He's very physical. The problem is though, he's like 154 pounds soaking wet. He looks tiny, and he did no-sell one move too. It was pretty. I know his dad no-sold. 225 pounds, or at least looked that way. This kid looks smaller than me. But I did love his intensity. I thought he was awesome, and he's really got good potential. I would stick away from that nose down though. You're just pissing off the crowd you want to have on your side. So Jim, why did you hate Hook? I thought he was great. Tell me your opinions on Hook.
I need to really give you a reason why I dislike him. I dislike him. It just wasn't good. Maybe he's young and he'll improve, but as of right now, I mean, you can't compare him to his father, Taz. I mean, Taz may have been short, but he's like a bulldozer. There's no comparison right now. Maybe he should take some lessons from his old man.
Let's talk about guys I think would get over if they were in the WWE system. I think Wardlow is a gem, man. I can't believe WWE didn't attempt to sign him before. He's awesome. He's got the look. He reminds me of like a taller Rhino. Gore. I could just see him kicking ass and be an NXT champ, and he'd be a star, a stud in WWE. Kenny Omega would have made it in WWE, so would have Hangman Page. I know like a lot of people on the internet would not like to hear me say that. Darby Allin's small, but he would have been the Jeff Hardy of the WWE too. He's awesome. Sammy Guevara, I like him, but I don't know if he'd make it in WWE. He'd just be like a Jake Atlas on NXT. I don't think they'd. He's too small. He doesn't have like the charisma that Darby Allin has. I think Darby Allin would be the only small guy that'll get over in WWE out of their whole roster. He's awesome. He just got the it factor. But and MJF would get over anywhere. MJF could be like this generation's Roddy Piper and Ric Flair. He's freaking awesome. What do you think about the AEW guys, Jim?
What about Rock Hard? He's gonna make it. So I definitely agree with you on Wardlow. He would definitely be a star in WWE. Has the look. He's a monster. I think Cody, definitely. I think he should have been when he was there. Even though the Stardust character was stupid, I think he did a good job with it. I can't disagree because I don't know as much, but definitely Wardlow, superstar.
I'd like to touch on a guy that AEW signed when they should have chose someone else who's much better. I don't know why the hell they signed 10. Sean Spears is absolute trash. I know he'd be a good trainer, maybe a good agent, but he has no charisma. He's just garbage. And they passed up on Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder for him. Zack Ryder would have been so much better of a star. He's still adaptable. He's still got an it factor. He had that bloody match in GCW. Which, Jim, if you didn't see that, I'm going to make you watch that. When he fought Nick Gage and won the GCW championship, that was freaking awesome. Matt Cardona's got heart. He's got everything that Sean Spears doesn't. But he plays with toys. I don't mind if he plays with toys. I collect some. But if I was on TV as a badass, I would not be putting on my YouTube page that I'm playing with toys. That's the only flaw about Matt Cardona. AEW signed Cardona, fire Sean Spears. Let that man have a proper run at the championship, at a championship. Give him some respect like he deserves. Zack Ryder, my dog. I'd take a chance at Ryback too. Sign Ryback, guys.
I'd have to agree with you about Sean Spears, as he was horrible in WWE, and from what I've seen in AEW, he's not much better.
What do you think of Zack Ryder?
Zack Ryder's awesome. I think they screwed him over in WWE and ruined him. You know, he was so hot and they just fizzled him out. That wasn't right.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Friday Night Fiction. In closing, I'd just like to talk about my basic thoughts on wrestling, current wrestling right now. This time of year is always my least favorite time of wrestling. It's about to pick up though. Come Survivor Series and the December pay-per-views, I feel like it doesn't really matter. They're just kind of like being stagnant until the Royal Rumble. And then Royal Rumble time, I really get into wrestling and that's when it gets exciting. I do hope that Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns are not in the Royal Rumble. They are the biggest stars in wrestling right now, but if they're in there, it's just too predictable. It's always more fun. It was great when Drew McIntyre won. You had no idea he was going to win. I mean, you had to guess he was going to win, but it wasn't definite. Bobby Lashley would have been good this year too, to set up a Mania storyline, but I doubt that's going to happen now too, because he's fighting Brock at the Royal Rumble. And I am higher on AEW right now. I do get more excited for Dynamite than I am on Raw and SmackDown. Even though I feel WWE has the bigger stars, they just treat people like cattle. I feel like your creative freedom at AEW is respected. So sometimes I wish guys that I really liked would get fired just to go there. But it is tough to root for WWE. They just treat people like cattle. You have no creative freedom. You can't do outside ventures. I was reading an article too where Paul White, the Big Show, he had to turn down years ago. Even years ago, they treated people like this too. But there wasn't much competition, so we didn't mind it. He got offered a role in the movie Troy with Brad Pitt, and Vince McMahon wouldn't even let him do that. That just expands your whole company. If he was in that movie Troy, it just makes him a bigger star. It makes your whole company look bigger. If you just let guys do these outside ventures, they'd all be happy. They make more money, which makes everybody happy. And then, even when give the fans what they want. When you had Finn Balor, AJ Styles, the Good Brothers, Adam Cole, all on the same roster, they all were members of the Bullet Club. You could have attacked the Elite. You know, they could have made them the Bully Club. It's such a close name. Or had them all be in the Balor Club, or the Styles Club, the Phenomenal Club, anything. You definitely could have helped put AEW some of their good stuff. You could have combated right away. And I know you guys are so big, you don't care. but you should care. Be respectful to your fans. We're not all 12-year-olds. I know that's what you guys care about. And then Walter, thing going on right now. Who cares if Walter's name is Gunther? They took off the Stark, and I bet you they didn't look that Gunther Stark was a Nazi. They picked Stark because of Game of Thrones. And they changed, he's not Gunther Stark anymore, just Gunther. They saw the mistake, and they fixed it. It's not that big a deal. Get over it, guys. And this is Friday Night Friction. Please like, subscribe, and comment. We do want to keep growing, and we're not going to grow without you guys subscribing and hitting like on this or telling your friends about us. And we're only going to get better, too, from a production standpoint. We do have a Patreon page. I'm trying to figure out how to work it. I've never done a Patreon before. But if you do want to donate anything for better equipment, better lighting, and we have a couple other pages starting up too at patreon.com/Panetta Sexy Time. Don't forget to follow myself at Panetta Sexy Time and at Jim Prendergast 54. We love you guys. We love wrestling. As much as I'm down on it right now, it's about to pick up Royal Rumble season, and I'm excited for Dynamite and Rampage every week. Love you. Peace out, guys.